Welcome to the schedule, and you are in the know. Welcome to the schedule. My name is Diana Pierson, and I will be your host. This show's pretty straightforward. There's a boxing schedule, and I, Diana, tell you what it is. Here at GSS, we know that boxing fans don't just want to read about the schedule, so we want to make it a little fun, keep it a little sexy, and just a little entertaining for you guys. Alrighty, now before we kick this off, make sure to follow us on Instagram on GSS Streaming and best_in_boxing, as well as globalsportstreaming.com. I think I got all three of them, right? All right. Oh, wait. You can also find me under Diana. No, it's going to be too long. I'm sorry. Just follow the link under here and you'll be able to find me there. All right. Now, 2018 has been an amazing year for boxing, and the second half is already off to a great start. This year could be one of the best boxing years in a long time. On August 18th, it turns out to be one hell of a night in boxing. Not only do we have a ton of fights, but also the NBHF is inducting 14 new members. Starting off, Carl Frampton takes on Luke Jackson in a featherweight fight for interim WBO championship. Also on the card, we will see the return of Tyson Fury in his second fight back from retirement. He's going to be fighting Francesco Pianeta. Who? I mean, does it really even matter? Mr. Fury's trying to regain his championship form, and that's all that matters. So hopefully he looks better in his second fight than he did in his first, and the fights are going to be on Fox Nation. All right, now moving along down south, in Chihuahua, Mexico, we have Anabel Ortiz taking on Jennifer Leon in a 10-round WBA women's strawweight title. So let's give it up for the ladies. Now, in the co-main event, we have middleweights Mario Alberto Lozano versus Saul Roman squaring off, and the entire card is going to be available on BNS Sports Español. All right, now coming back stateside, Top Rank returns to Atlantic City. The fights are going to be on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. In the main event, we have Brian Jennings versus Alexander Jemenko, and hopefully some good heavyweight action. In the co-main, we have Jesse Hart taking on Mike Urbanski, and this is going to be the first fight in the New Oceans Resort Casino in Atlantic City. Also on the same night, all right, this is way too much boxing going on in one night. Can you guys spread out the fights so we can at least watch them all? On the 18th, the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame induction ceremony is going on in Vegas. The inductees are Layla Ali, Shane Mosley, Alexis Arguello, Ernie Schaefers, Aaron Pryor, Chris Bird, Tom DeBoeuf of Top Rank, Kevin Kelly, Don Miner, Senator Harry Reid, and all right, we have Jerry Roth, so congratulations to all of you. Now, come Friday, August 24th, there's only one fight card to report, and that is a fight between David Oliver Joyce versus Ronnie Clark in Glasgow, Scotland, and the fight can be watched on Fox Nation. On the next night, August 25th, ESPN and BN Sports are in action with fight cards from Monterrey, Mexico and Glendale, Arizona, as well as some action from across the pond in Struer, Denmark, of all places. On BN Sports Español, Daniel Valladares has a fight against somebody. We did look into it. We couldn't locate his opponent, but he will be in action that night. On ESPN, a fan favorite, Ray Beltran, will be defending his WBO lightweight title against Jose Pedraza. Also on the card, Isaac Dogbo versus Hidenori Otake for the WBO junior featherweight title. It's always nice to have two belts on the line for our viewing pleasure. On an interesting side note, the winner of the Beltran versus Pedraza will get to fight Lomachenko on December 1st. Safe to say either fighter will be a huge underdog going into the December 1st fight. In Denmark, Danish fighter Dina Thorsson takes on Mexican Jessica Munoz for the vacant WBO women's junior featherweight title. It's always great to see the ladies in action. Anyone know of any big fights coming up in September? Anyone? Anyone? No? Yep, you guessed it. Nothing's bigger than the Best in Boxing coming up on September 7th.
What?
Oh wait, is that not the biggest fight card going on in September?
Canelo.
Oh yeah, Canelo versus Triple G. I thought that wasn't happening because of some spicy beef. I knew that. But before we get into the big pay-per-view, let's take a look at the rest of the September schedule. First up in September is the return of boxing to Puerto Rico. Last time there was a fight card in Puerto Rico was back in April 2017. PR Best Boxing is putting Colombian Javier Cintron and Luis Popeye Lebron in the main and co-main events. As of taping, wait, what's a tape? They don't have any opponents named for them, but the fights will be shown on Guapa dos Deportes. But really, the show you guys should all be watching on September 7th is Best in Boxing on Fight Hub TV. The fight card starts at 7 p.m. and you can watch the fights on bestinboxing.com and Fight Hub TV on YouTube. In the main event, we will have 10-1 Roberto the Ram Mesa versus 11-4 Cesar Ramirez in the main event. Also on the card, we have knockout artists Kevin Torres, Mario Ramirez, Brandon Cruz, Dylan Miranda, Jesse Rodriguez, and the rematch between Rafael Ramirez and Ramon Barajas. It's definitely going to be a great night of action, so make sure to watch because we may put some Easter eggs in the show that could lead to some free swag. So make sure you pay attention. The next weekend on September 8th, boxing has done it again by putting two big cards on the same night. First up, HBO will be broadcasting Superfly 3 out of Los Angeles, featuring Juan Francisco Estrada versus Felipe Orcurta in the main event, and Johnny Nietes versus Aston Paliste for vacant WBO junior bantamweight title in the co-main event. The triple header will kick off with Kazuto Loca versus McWilliams Arroyo in a 10-round fight. All action fights, but Showtime might have the ratings lead on the night of the 8th. Going on at the same time across the country in New York, Showtime has the Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia fight for the vacant WBC welterweight title. I'm sure there are other fights on the card, but really the fight everyone wants to see is the main event. Just kidding. Also on the card, we have David Benavidez, which will be defending his title against Anthony Durrell. Should be a great night of boxing on Showtime. If that's not enough boxing for you on the 8th, you can get warmed up with the fights across the pond featuring Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas, Jason Wellborn versus Tommy Langford. If that's not enough, Filip Hrgovic takes on Gary Cornish in Croatia. Now, if that's not enough, in Australia, Andrew Maloney will be fighting Luis Concepcion. But that's definitely it. No more boxing. The fight week leading into the Canelo versus Golovkin fight night is stacked with fight cards, starting with the Takuya Inoue versus Mark John Yap for the Bantamweight Eliminator in Tokyo, Japan. Next up, there are two back-to-back nights of ESPN fight cards on September 13th. Golden Boy will have a fight card, no fighters announced as of yet, but on September 14th, Top Rank will be on ESPN with Jose Ramirez versus Antonio Orozco for Jose's WBC junior welterweight title. This fight should be good as Orozco's an entertaining action fighter. He's going to be coming after Ramirez all night. Also on the card, Massim Dadashev versus Antonio De Marco. In Philly, Brandon Robinson headlines against Daniel Goico in King's Promotions Fight Night. And finally, in Tokyo, Japan, the ladies are in action. Naoko Fujioka fights Irma Sanchez for the WBA Women's Lightweight title. Now, what we've all been waiting for, no thanks to delay because of some muscular cows that Canelo came into contact with. Extra muscles aside, this fight is the rematch we've all been waiting for. As usual, the undercard of a major pay-per-view is pretty underwhelming, but let's face it, the only fight we care about on the 15th is the main event. Be sure to comment below and let us know whom you want to win. Either way, this is going to be a great fight for boxing. The following week, heavyweight IBF, WBA, and WBO champion Anthony Joshua takes on disappointedly so, Alexander Povetkin and not Deontay Wilder like we were all hoping for. Now, apparently, Joshua wants it to be Wilder so much so that he has to be the first fighter in history to come out and say he's looking past his opponent to this next fight. Hopefully he's just saying that and not actually doing that, because in his weight class, all it takes is just one mistake and you know the rest. You can watch this fight if you're subscribed to DAZN in the US. Closing out the month of September, ESPN Plus.
What?
You know, that other platform we have to now pay for. Derwin Ancajas will defend his title against somebody. There are also fights in Germany and Singapore, but that's it for all the fights in August and September, and whew, thank gosh, because I need a vacation. Thank you for watching our first episode of The Schedule. We'll be back online after the Canelo and Triple G fight to let you know what's going on with the rest of 2018. Remember to like and leave a comment below, and let us know what you think of the show.